Hey guys, this is Victor, the Wise Traditions Nutritionist, and today I want to speak to you about moving to a new community, or if you're moving to a new place to live, what should you do to prepare? What should you look out for, right? There are a lot of things we should look out for, whether you're moving to a house, an apartment, even if it's in a camper or you're living in a tent. There are still things that we can check to try to make our move safer or make sure that we're moving to a safer place. Now, I'm talking about looking beyond the standard concerns. There are many people that already know many things. You're checking for construction in the ground, damage, leaks, all that kind of thing, all those kinds of things. But I'm talking about looking at some other stuff that you might not be aware of. So I just want to point some things out and point you to some potential resources. So one is about the electromagnetic radiation. These are EMF sources, both within your home or potential home and nearby. So you can go to a website like antennasearch.com and it will tell you all of the antennas and towers that are like within a 2 mile radius. And this is a growing threat to our health. And it's something that you can look into. And there are many other resources, not just Antenna Search. So go out there and look, and you'll find resources that can help you see what potential EMFs you might be exposed to when you move to that new community, that new area, that wherever you're going to be living. Okay, so the next thing, toxic dump sites, okay, big and small historically. This could be a really big problem, a lot of hidden hazards. And again, there are maps out there, there are things to help you. There's toxicsites.us, which has this kind of interactive map, and you can see what's potentially there. The EPA puts out information. There's the Superfund sites. And again, there are more than just these two. There's a lot of stuff out there that could help you. I just want to point out the possibilities, let you know that these are some things you should look at. When we're talking about toxins, they're categorized in a lot of different ways. So these dump sites have those resources that I showed you that you can search for, but there are other things like fracking. So fracking also creates toxic waste. And this too can be complicated because you've got to think about the past, the present, and the future, the laws. Fracking has been outlawed in a lot of places. And again, there are a lot of resources. Earth Justice is one of the best resources for a lot of this stuff. They provide a great map. Again, it's an interactive map, and there's features you can turn on and off. You can check them out here at their website. These links to resources I'm going to have at the end of this video and in the notes below so that you can get to these places easy. So anyway, there's also fractracker.org, another good site, and there are many others. So fracking is an issue that has grown a lot just in the last decade, and it's caused a lot of trouble. And so many people still aren't aware of it. So again, this is to let you know. All right, so moving on to other toxic issues. There are other toxic gases that might be coming out of the ground naturally or for reasons that we don't know. So they don't appear on these other maps. But there are resources for these. So radon and methane specifically are tracked by the government. Again, you can go to the EPA. They've got this radon map there that's also interactive. You can check it out. And there are other places, other organizations. There's this oil and gas threat map, which is really great. So you can go and check them out. And again, there are many other resources because, as I mentioned, there are other toxic gases that don't fall into these other categories. There's like arsenic issues. And again, these are things that are coming from nature or coming from unknown resources that haven't been identified yet, or unknown sources, I should say. So there's a few things, a few resources for you so that you can check out that new community. Moving on, another thing to consider, golf courses, factories, there's all kinds of industrial waste from maintenance, etc. You might think living next to a golf course is a wonderful thing because they tend to be beautiful, and it could be a wonderful thing. But A lot of golf courses do have like toxic runoff because they use a lot of chemicals to maintain. So you'll want to find out about the golf course near you if there is one near you. Okay, so and of course I mentioned here too, just other factories, and there are so many different possibilities. Water filtration systems. Maybe you think you're safe because you've got a great system, but you've got to make sure you're maintaining that system. A lot of water filtration systems will become dirty. I'm not talking about the filters, but I'm talking about the innards, the inside. You take out the filter, but the holdings, the inner casings of the unit can really get a lot of dirt, bacteria, and such accumulating in them. So you've got to really look closely at your filtration systems and make sure that they are clean. All right, so again about water, check all your water sources in and out. Where the water is coming from, whether you're getting it from a well or a filtration system from your tap. Check your your shower heads, all your water taps. So everything in and out you want to be aware of to make sure it's clean. There's a lot of different filters and things you can get to clean the water as it's coming out of a tap as well. Okay, so another big problem, moisture and mold. Mold is one of these hidden issues because it can hide in your walls and your ceilings and your floors. So you really want to look for mold. It's this invisible thing. We, of course, many people know what mold looks like, but often it is invisible. It is often hidden, and then the spores are in the air. So you want to check for mold. Something else that people don't realize, most people don't realize, geomancy. This is where you might have things under the ground, maybe power cables or water pipes or gas pipes, things that are running underneath your home that again can be emitting gas, or they might not be emitting anything right now, but can potentially be in the future. So you really want to know what's going on under the home that you're living in or under the location that you plan to be sleeping. And there are people, experts, tests, various different things you can look at to help you figure that all out. And lastly, or one of the last things, light pollution. So you don't want your sleep being disrupted. There's sometimes we move into a place and we didn't realize that at night it's incredibly bright and we can't sleep. So be careful about light pollution. It might be something that you want to concern yourself with, because light pollution not only affects you, but it also affects all the wildlife around you if you happen to be in a really outdoor, woodsy kind of area. All right, and then finally, you might want to check for your local food resources, to make sure you can get good quality food. I'm not talking about just convenience. Most people look for convenience. They want easy shopping, but try to check to make sure you can get your hands on some good quality food. And that's about it. These are the things that I wanted to point out. I wanted to try to make this video short and just give you some resources and get you thinking about potential hazards when you're moving into a new area. These are the things that I'm looking at when I'm moving around. And so, for example, I can tell you, I spent 6 months in Costa Rica. I thought I was going to be in paradise. I was up in the mountains, beautiful, I thought pristine place. And what's happening is there are people spraying glyphosate up there along these dirt roads. It was just heartbreaking and sad. So, some things you can research, but some things you got to get your feet on the ground. You got to look around. You got to ask people. You really got to look into it. So good luck with you. Good luck to you if you're moving or if you have a new move coming up or you're planning. I hope this helps you. If you have any questions, please let me know. Again, I'll leave the links that I put for those resources at the end of this video to make it a little bit easier for you. And don't rely only on those links. There are a lot of other links, a lot of other really good organizations that can help you check the safety of the area that you are living in now or that you plan to be living in soon. Okay, again, good luck. Thank you for watching. I hope you subscribe.